Good morning, everybody. My name is Dennis Acuna, and this is my multimedia discussion board for week 2, where I will focus on climate change resulting from market failure. First, I would like to start off with a brief overview of my presentation. Under ideal conditions, markets ensure that the economy is Pareto efficient. Of course, there are always issues and problems with markets that cause them to fail. Uh, Markets are not Pareto efficient under 6 types of failures, which are failure of competition, public goods, failure to produce public goods, incomplete markets, information failures, unemployment, inflation, disequilibrium, and externalities. And for this presentation, I will look at the negative externalities that lead to climate change and to the market failure. Okay, climate change. Climate change is caused by man-made and natural causes. One of the natural causes would be like the eruption of a volcano, which we typically can't control, so I will ignore that today. I will be focusing on man-made causes, which could be emissions from vehicles, deforesting, and the pollution from industrial manufacturing uses, as you can see in these 3 pictures. So at the end of the day, who pays for the negative cost to society for these functions from private companies? If I don't own a vehicle, I still have to breathe in the emissions from a vehicle. And same thing with the pollution from manufacturing. So that would be a negative externality to myself. It's pretty much when actions of one person or company, in this case, the auto industry, impose a cost to another person without compensation. So I'm not being compensated for the pollution that causes the climate change that they're producing. Um, and the person that is producing that good is not bearing the full cost of that negative externality. Here's a graph I found that's pretty telling. Along the horizontal axis, you have the quantity of that pollution, let's say. And on the vertical, you have the social cost or the cost of that pollution. So you have the downward sloping marginal benefit. So the more pollution that's produced, um, uh, the benefit decreases. Of course, you got a marginal social cost line that's an upward sloping line and the private marginal cost. And that shaded area right in the middle of that graph is that negative cost to society, or you would say the social welfare loss. And that's the one that we're looking at with this. So how does government intervene to help with climate control? Well, they impose rules and regulations and guidelines to ensure compliance to the rules, regulations, and guidelines. When doing so, they can have a hand in eliminating climate change. Of course, they impose taxes, disincentivize certain products from being made or as consumed. They can do that towards the producer of that good or the consumer of that good. So government plays a huge role in trying to limit those negative social costs that everybody must endure from these private companies. In closing, I just want to briefly just touch on these market failures as a whole. You know, our government can, the United States can impose certain taxes and rules and regulations, but if another country does not, um, you know, they're still affecting our climate. To say they have a million vehicles and they don't have any emission rules or regulations, eventually it will affect people around the globe. So producing or regulating and trying to limit these negative externalities is not just a local or federal or global, it's a global problem. And I feel that we're on the right track, but we have a long way to go. And with that, that is the end of my presentation. Here are a list of my references used in putting together this presentation. Have a great day.